here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
Okay, welcome everybody to fantaCTE. If you are watching, welcome back. Welcome back, guys. We've got co-host. I'm Nick Masick. Once again, co-host. We've got Vital DeJuiced and Lonnie Cox. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, man.
Good. It's exciting. Football's back.
Football's back.
Just about
This
back.
Sunday, right? This Sunday is the Hall of Fame game?
Is it the Hall of Fame game this Sunday? That is, yeah. I think that might be
I
right.
read a thing that said that this is the last Sunday without, or maybe it's this Sunday, or maybe it was last Sunday, but that's the last Sunday without football till February. So
cool. All right. Well, so we are live on YouTube. If anybody's watching, anybody who wants to follow along, feel free to ask us questions. We're here for you. If you guys have any comments, anything you want to talk about, let us know. And we can see the sidebar right here, so you can ask us, you can talk to us, and we'll talk back to you, maybe. All right. So the first order of business that we need to cover as our league business is to draw our draft order. So for anybody who follows the podcast, we are all three in a league. It is a comedians only league in South Florida, and it's called the Dick Pick 6, which is great name for a league. So our league this year, we expanded to 14 teams. We're going to talk about league setup. That's going to be the theme of the show. We're going to also cover some news, but we're going to talk about how to set up your league, how to structure your league, different options. So we're going to get into all that stuff, the nitty gritty of the league. But first and foremost, we are actually drawing draft order for our league, the Dick Pick 6. Now this, Lonnie, I was telling Vital, this might be the last year that we actually draw for draft order until we go dynasty. We were talking about how at some point, like, we have aspirations of doing a dynasty league if we keep everybody in for a while. Mm-hmm. But next year, as long as we keep enough of the original teams and we have the same number, we're going to do a 1-player keeper. So as your first, you have an optional keeper as your first round pick. You can keep 1 player, so you can keep your best player theoretically if you'd rather have him than, random draft pick
right
in the first round. But we're also, because we're going to do that, we're going to do inverse draft order based on previous year's standings.
Right.
So
okay.
If you
so
have
it's like the real draft.
Kind of. It's closer to the real draft. We're going to talk about dynasty and how that really mirrors so much so like the actual NFL. It's so much fun because I'm in a dynasty league. And there's so many elements at play that are that we don't have in our league. So that the goal is to have a dynasty league of just comedians where we keep our same thing. But that's for the future. For now, we are going to draft our comedians pick, and we are going to so we're going to use this. Hang on, let me get it ready here. This Patriots hat as per standard league. Yep. This represents all things fair and righteous. Mitch, no wrongdoings could ever be attributed to. That is the way of the Patriots. So good. I'm glad we're all in agreement on that. So perfect. Now
my small Mexican turtle for luck. Hold on.
Okay, get it out.
Get my small Mexican turtle.
Now, what is good? Like, we're in this is a 14 team. Nice. Awesome. So this is a 14 team league. Where do you
Hold on, I'm not done. Hold on. I've got my Basquiat rabbit.
Okay.
Val, this is for you, the Haitian artist here. I got around the world. Hold on. Wait. And my golden Buddha. Okay.
Is that a self-portrait?
I'm really crossing. Yeah, this is a gold statue I had made of myself.
Of yourself, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then this is Mexican and Haitian.
Cultural barriers.
He's got something for all of us.
You got anything? Any good luck, Vital?
No, not at all.
Nothing for good luck?
Not superstitious.
Okay.
I'm not superstitious, but maybe I'll start one right now.
I was gonna say if it goes well for you, but where do you want? Do you want to be the first pick in a 14 team?
No, from what I saw last season, I think being right on the snake on the 7 or 8 really paid off because a lot of people got to steal good picks like back to back.
Yeah. I think last pick actually would be pretty nice in this draft because you're getting the 14 and the 15. So and you can kind of see trends develop. So anyway, all right, well, let's see how this goes. Here we go. First pick of this season. Of course, the top few picks, you're just going to get like nasty players. First pick is Warren Scott. All right. Warren, number 1 draft pick. It's not a clear-cut decision. I think a lot of people think McCaffrey this year, but not really sure. Okay, number 2 pick of this year's draft will be one new guy just signed on with us, Chris Braun.
Hey.
Okay, this is a couple upsets so far. Chris Braun just joined the league today. Actually, he was. We had another guy and he dropped out, and Chris was on our waiting list, so he's very excited. Chris Braun works for the Dolphins, by the way.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
What did he do there?
Third. I don't know exactly what he does. Something with players. I'm not sure. Third pick, Ryan Scott. Oh my gosh, another newbie, another new joiner to the league. Ryan
Come on, Turtle.
I mean, at this point,
out again.
At this point, once you get to the 4th pick, it becomes difficult to decide who you want anyway. So number 4, 4th draft, we have last year's champion, Mr. Steve Lamb. All right. Steve coming in with the 4th pick. It's going to be interesting to see what he does with that. All right, here we go. 5th pick in the draft. We've got Rob Callert, perennial bottom dweller.
The last 2 guys to knock me out of the playoffs.
They were? Oh, that's right. Rob barely snuck into the playoffs in year 1.
And then beat me.
And then beat you. Yeah, that's right. No, he did. He took 3rd place, didn't he? That in the first
beat
year?
me in the first round of the playoffs. He knocked me out.
And I think he finished 3rd overall, which was
Right, I think he did.
super underdog. We've had a couple of those 3rd place. Like Jay Guy, same thing, started off really bad and then finished 3rd overall. Next, we've got 6th pick, Brian G. Another new joiner to the league. Brian with the 6th pick. Okay.
Now
fellas,
I want that last spot now.
We're getting into that middle zone, which I kind of like you were saying, Vital. I'm not disappointed about not going early because it's a deep draft and it's a snake draft.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we've got Casey Peruski, another new joiner to the league, number 7 overall pick, Casey Peruski. All right, and for the 8th pick, none of us have come up yet, but I do like this spot in the draft. Jay Guy. Okay. 3rd place finisher from last year. Underdog coming through to make the playoffs. Mr. Jay Guy. Shouldn't have made the playoffs. Actually, my fault. He made the playoffs. All right. Number 9. We have Miss Stephanie Wood representing the estrogen portion of our league. Stephanie Wood. She is the only female only girl left in the league.
Get them all away.
Yeah, well, Elena dropped out, and we haven't had any new women who wanted to join the league. So, all right, 10th pick. Boy, guys, we're getting right down to it here. We have Cam Bertrand.
No, we're bottom 3.
We're the bottom
That's
3.
Crazy.
10th pick is Cam Bertrand. We have 4 more, and we are at the bottom. Like I said, though, this is where I wanted to be. I like this spot. I really do like
good back-to-backs.
Couple good back-to-backs. You can strategize your picks well. I am not disappointed at all. And I am the number 11 pick. I like it. I'll take the number 11 pick. That's actually a good spot.
I bet I'm number 12. I feel this.
I mean, you have a 1 out of 3 chance. So I'm pretty decent.
I feel confident in my 1 out of 3 chance.
Let's see. Next, Lonnie Cox.
Oh, I couldn't even get 14. I couldn't even get.
Oh man, we should be. I mean, we could allow. I guess theoretically we could allow trading draft positions. I don't see why there's any reason not to, but other than it's a pain in the ass for me. All right.
Yeah, but why would you? You don't even know what you have. We don't have assets.
Right. Yeah, I know. 13th pick, Anthony Turzo, which means Lonnie gets Vital gets the coveted 14th pick. That's
very upset.
Back.
Very upset.
All right. This is high drama for us.
Right.
All right. So there is our
my good luck charms. What happened?
You helped me out.
All right, man. I don't know. I don't mind that pick. So that's interesting. Oh, wait. Yeah. The last name, of course, is Vital. Right. All right. Good. So our draft order is set. It's exciting stuff. All of us near the bottom. It's going to make for an interesting draft. So, all right. Let's get into, let's see what else we've got. Talk about a little news. You guys got some football news? Anything recent that you've been paying attention to?
Carson Wentz is hurt.
Mm-hmm. Carson Wentz, 5 to 12 weeks. Yep, that's going to be. He was probably going to be. Honestly, he may have been a starter in our league at a 14 team on a deep league. He could be very realistically could have been one of the top 14 quarterbacks. Who else we got? Aaron Rodgers is coming back. We got the official word for this season.
As I told you, as I told everyone.
Yeah, you did. As much as I hate to admit you were right. So Rodgers will be back, but just for this season, it sounds like. And then after that, who knows what happens. Cam Akers, big news. Torn Achilles, was it? I think. He's done for the season, which means Darrell Henderson looks like he's probably going to get bumped up to that starting role, possibly even 3 down back. His value just went through the roof. Let's see. Micheal Thomas, you guys up on that?
No, what happened?
Micheal Thomas. So he had surgery in June, apparently, but it didn't really make the headlines. It's all about his ankle injury from last year. It never fully recovered. They were kind of trying to wait and see if he could rest and rehab, and it just didn't work. So
remember, I bet a lot on him last season.
Well, this is the really interesting thing about him in terms of draft order. They're saying he's probably going to be out for basically through September, maybe October, possibly into November. So his draft value is going to be really interesting because he's probably going to go. Well, I don't know. Let's say Micheal Thomas doesn't play through September. Let's say he's out for the first 4 to 6 weeks. That can make or break your season. Where do you take a shot on him potentially?
I don't think you really do take a shot on him until those really later rounds. I don't think he's worth it from having him. My own experience. I don't know. When he's hurt, no, they really play him very sparingly when he's hurt. They really don't rush him out there. And then even if he'll play a game, if it's sore after that, he won't play the next.
Right. But so this is to correct that issue that he was dealing with last year.
But that's what I'm saying. Now he just had surgery in June. Now that I know this, I'm definitely not. I think you hold off.
Where would you take him? Well, I'll definitely hold off. Where would you take him, Lonnie? What round are you thinking potentially?
So this to me is sounding an awful lot like the Josh Gordon situation of years before, where you're like, do I take a gamble in the later rounds? Do I keep him on the bench, see what happens? Is he going to have a good season? Most likely not, but in case he does, let's see. So Josh Gordon went 10th round before, when he would get reinstated, you take him late in the 10th because you would take him over, a low a good Jacksonville receiver or somebody like that, somebody you're taking a shot on anyway.
Right.
You take your shots in the later rounds, right? You gamble a little bit, 9th, 10th round, just seeing what's out there. It's a good gamble, a lot of upside.
Upside. It's different than Josh Gordon because he is the established number 1 receiver for this team. It's not like he's.
Well, there were some years where Josh Gordon was when he would come back, he was going to come back in the 10th week. And then when he came back, he was the number 1 receiver for the Browns. I'm talking about when he was still on the Browns.
Yeah, with the Browns.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 years ago. So,
right.
He was the guy that people would I remember somebody took him in the 2nd round and he was not coming back till week 10. So people really bet high on Josh Gordon coming back and being really good.
Sure.
And it ended up never working out.
Paying off, yeah. I think this year is going to be – this situation with Micheal Thomas feels different, though, because he may come back he may only miss 4 weeks. It's possible. And they have a bye week 6 anyway. So who knows? Maybe you have him for the second half. I think it's realistic to say second half of your season probably could have and through the playoffs, probably could have a healthy Micheal Thomas.
I say take a shot at him if you have enough receivers, but not if you need them.
Correct.
If you're gambling with receivers, yeah.
See, but this is the kind of thing that can carry a team. Like if you're on the bubble and then you get him back, you could go on a tear. You know what I mean? So that's where like having him to plug in. I mean, so it gets tricky. It's like, where do you take that chance? You're like, ooh, this could be my home run hit at the end of the season, because whatever team, he might be the number one receiver for the second half of the year. So,
so usually where I fall into taking my big chances is like, when are these guys that are like, they were really good in college, you don't know exactly how they're going to transfer to the NFL. Where are these guys falling in the draft? Just depends on the anatomy of our draft, where things start going.
Mm-hmm.
So I will always remember the year that I won my fantasy league because of Todd Gurley. I took Todd Gurley and Amir Abdullah back-to-back picks. I knew that one of them was going to blow up.
One was going to hit. Yeah.
One of them was going to hit. I knew that it was either going to be Todd Gurley or Amir Abdullah.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up obviously being Todd Gurley. Aaron Rodgers took me to the championship. So, the two of them took me to the championship. So, again, like a Micheal Thomas now, his status is like, you don't know. He could come back and not do well at all. Like he could come back in the season. He didn't play great last year. He had like 1 game, 2 games.
That's the whole point.
And also, this is the new QB, right?
QB
Winston now. We're forgetting that too. That's even a bigger gamble. I don't think you're realizing.
I actually think
it's a
I think
huge
his value.
gamble.
I think his value goes up with Jameis Winston from last year. Because of the deeper throws, the arm strength. It's going.
But Micheal Thomas isn't that kind of threat. Micheal Thomas is going to catch it short, yards after carry, be slick, route running.
But they're going to have they're not going to be able to roll as much coverage as his way because of that deeper threat possibility. So he's going to.
Who's there? Do they have a deep threat receiver right now? I don't think they do.
They got a couple guys. Deontay Harris is a speedster. Traquan Smith is a burner. Like they got a couple guys who can fly. And
they don't have to bring it that deep too, because they have Alvin Kamara there too, so they're gonna have to play up on him.
Yeah, he's gonna still see. I think he's gonna see nice coverage, better coverage with Jameis as a threat to throw it. Just more versatile, arm talent at this stage of his career than Breeze was last year. So, I see Thomas going in like the 5th or the 6th round in our league, in a 14 team league. I think
only if you do it.
Oh, no. Fourth.
No, you gotta remember 14. Yeah, I mean we're
5th and 6th round is going to be like 100 players deep. That's a lot of players before Thomas. So you got to remember, there's going to be a lot of guys drafted in those first couple rounds. You're 14 players per round.
I'll be honest, this is beyond my skill set. I have never played in such a deep league. Like my leagues are usually 8 to 12.
Right.
So 14 is deep. That's a lot of players.
A lot of players. It is. But it will.
I'm 12th. There's no chance I'm getting a number 1 running back. There's no chance. Like I'm getting.
I think people are going to be taking shots on. People are going to be jumping quarterbacks early in our league again.
Right, I agree.
There's going to be.
Rob's probably going to get Tom Brady or something.
Yeah, I bet Travis Kelce goes in the first round.
No, Rob's going to get Devontae Smith in the first pick.
Rob's going to take
fucking Eagles pick.
He's going to take the Eagles kicker in the first round.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, I think you definitely will have a shot. I think you'll have a choice of definitely a top tier starting running back if you want that.
There's a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
No,
we're gonna find out.
There's 5 of them.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna get one of the top 5 running backs. Forget about it, dude. Like those guys are gonna be gone.
I'm gonna get like a Najee Harris. I'm gonna get somebody that I have to like take a shot on. Really,
if you want it, you'll get a 3-down back.
Etienne, maybe.
And Etienne. Yeah, you'll get
Browns to choose from.
A DeAndre Swift, one of these guys who's gonna, David Montgomery. These guys are gonna be probably taking a jump and making that leap in this year to be in a more of a workhorse back. So I think those guys are still gonna be available through the first round. A lot of them. Speaking of dynasty, I actually traded for Micheal Thomas in my dynasty league.
Really?
So, well,
this is why you're hoping so much for him. All this up talk.
So the thing is that some of these teams are not very good, and my team was loaded. I was just like super deep team with talent. So I traded, and this is one of the interesting things about Dynasty is that you can combine your trades. You can add draft capital to your trades.
Mm-hmm.
So it creates this whole other element that's so much more realistic. So I traded Adam Thielen and my first round draft pick from next year for Micheal Thomas because I have the horses to carry my team until he gets better. And that means I get to keep Micheal Thomas forever also.
I don't like that trade, man. Thielen was a beast last year, right?
Thielen was a beast. Yeah. But we're talking.
And you gave up a pick.
And I gave up but here's the thing. My team's so
for
good.
This might be his last season in the league, dude.
Oh my gosh, you're so dramatic. No, there's no way.
Hey, all right, man. You think I'm not that dramatic. People
very easily could be his last year.
No.
Dudes quit easy, dude. If this doesn't turn out good for him, I think he's gonna be off it.
Bro, this is the NFL, bro. If he could have one play, pop that Achilles or whatever it is that's injured, and that's it. That's his career. And you never hear from him again. We never talk. We never say Micheal
I agree
Thomas.
with the receiver on receiver trade, but I don't like the capital. He fleeced you, bro.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah, you definitely got hosed, dude. It's okay.
No, not a chance. I'm gonna dominate this league, and I'm gonna have Thomas is 3 years younger than Thielen. You guys gotta remember that too.
I get that, but he's bagged up, bro. Injuries matter.
Yeah, he had a one ankle injury, and he still played through it. Just not
played maybe 3 games last season. I watched him so carefully.
Yeah, he was not good.
Yeah, he was injured last year, and he still played through his injury or tried to play through his injury. He didn't get. He should have got surgery last year. That's the bottom line. So, but they're not saying it's a long term. He's still going to be a dominant receiver for years because of the style of receiver he is. That's my thought process.
Or maybe he goes out there and hurts himself again.
I mean, yeah, you could say that about any player. Thielen might go out there and hurt himself.
Like, yeah, but he's more likely.
Got hurt last year too.
More likely.
I don't know. There's no more likely or not. I don't see it.
I think Thielen is pretty likely.
Thielen is more likely because he's older. How about that? There's a statistic you can look up. The older players are more likely to get hurt. That's his actual probably thing. So another guy though to keep an eye on, and this is not probably going to. He could fall theoretically to us. Saquon is not 100% yet. They don't know if he's going to be ready for week 1. So that's You want to talk about some injuries, dude?
No, I think he's going to be fine.
Oh, okay. So now we're flipping the script on Saquon.
Saquon's younger, and then he had it, and his injury didn't look as bad.
He's had 2 knee injuries already in 3 years. 2 season-ending knee injuries in 3 years. Not the same knee, I don't think. That is not a great track record.
No, it's not.
I would be pretty concerned about Saquon. And definitely, certainly something you got to worry about if you're looking to take him high as a high draft pick. Now, keeping in mind, we are going to do a one keeper for next year. So that could play into your decision-making there as well with Saquon. Maybe you take a shot on him earlier because he's a young back and you believe in him like long-term, but I don't think he goes in the top 3 if he's not going to be ready for week 1 or if there's.
Well, Sean, what pick does Sean have him?
Sean's not in, dude. Sean's out of the league.
Oh,
yeah. Sean would have taken him, no matter what. Even if he was out for the season, Sean's taking him. So that's another big question mark. All right, let's talk league startup. Our league, we're restarting our league. Added players, so we didn't do the keepers. Obviously, we added teams. I wanted to get. I know you're talking about how deep this is. 14 teams. It's a lot of teams, a lot of players we're going to be dealing with. But the reason behind 14 teams is it's as simple as every team plays each other once. It's the most fair, balanced, even way to do it. Because if there's one team that really sucks and then somebody gets to play them twice, you can always point at that and be like, that's why I didn't make it, because they got, to play Sean twice.
It's
or whatever.
almost like the Patriots winning the AFC East every year.
Almost like that, yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
But only if you go on to win a championship every single time, too. So
I'm just saying,
exactly.
it feels like you guys.
It's not exactly. I'm just saying. If you win every year because you play the worst team,
take division
championship, it's fine. So we're doing the 14 teams. I like it because of that. Everybody once. I think it's good for the league. It's good for balance. It's going to be really a fun thing. One thing I want to talk about, like, let's say hypothetically, so what do you do if you want to overthrow your commissioner? Say you're in an established league and, for instance, like maybe, you're in a league in like South Florida with a lot of Dolphins fans and your commissioner happens to be a Patriots fan or something like that. Like, what?
Go to his house. You rent a van. You kidnap him. You wear masks. You take him to the Everglades.
This feels like Nick being an undercover narc. He's all like, what do you think people would do if they were trying to overthrow me? Huh?
No, I actually am not worried about being usurped as a commissioner because I feel like I'm a fair commissioner and no one else wants to do it. Yeah, but also I'm a fair commissioner. Like, it's not a lot of complaints. I try to be even and fair and take input in the off season, and I try to run a tight ship. There's nothing I really feel like I've done where it's like been really controversial. But this other league I'm in where I'm not the commissioner, this dude does shit. Like, he's the one who played last year. Remember the fiasco about playing where you could play Taysom Hill at tight end when he was a quarterback?
Yeah. Yes.
The commissioner.
Yes, I do remember that, and I still won.
Right, you did. But I would have reversed that anyway because, I would have figured out some. So that was a weird situation. Hopefully it won't come up again. But the commissioner of the other league did that. He was the one who did it. Instead of being like, hey, you know what? Nobody's allowed to do this. He went ahead and did it. So he's notorious for doing shit like that.
Listen, I'm with that. I still stand by that.
I don't know, man. I think it's bogus. But if you want to, overthrow your commissioner, I think a couple things you need to have in your back pocket. You got to have the support of the majority of the league. And you also have to have another commissioner who's ready to step in and take over. Like, you can't take over. You can't kick somebody out unless you got somebody else who's ready to slide into that role. So beware if you are trying to overthrow your commissioner at this time of the year. Like, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. So you need to, you got to have more support. Let's see what else about starting a league. Interesting things we've had going on. It's tough getting everybody to pay. That's a pain in the ass. Usually takes about a month. I already got everybody in our league is paid up. But I would do that before. I like doing that before anything else happens, because we actually, both of the last 2 years, we had guys who said they were going to play, who ended up dropping out, and not necessarily for money this year, but doing that ahead of time, just take care of it, get it out of the way.
Who was it that dropped out in our league?
Sean dropped out. Yeah, and then Jay Moreno was gonna join. He had planned on joining, and then he decided not to. He's just not into it at the same level that we are. And Chris Braun is like super, super into it. Like, he's been bugging us to get in. So I'm excited. Huh? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does stand up. He's not he doesn't perform as regularly as some, everybody else necessarily, but he does. Yeah, he gets booked on shows and stuff. So what else we got? Okay. 14 teams. We talked about that. Diversity. So I was talking about that. The Dynasty League is so fun because of the draft picks, because you can use future draft picks as part of your capital when you're trading, which is, it's a fun element to have involved in like the trade process. And also, like, trades happen anytime. There's no, I don't know if there is even a trade deadline. So that's been
usually there is in fantasy.
Dynasty. Yeah, I guess they're probably.
Yeah, it's usually like Thanksgiving.
Right. But all off season, we could also make trades. Like, there were trades that happened in the middle of the off season, like there were trades that happened when we drafted our rookies. I traded a bunch of draft picks for Daniel Jones just to have a backup quarterback. As crazy as that might sound, in my league, it was a good move. And I actually just sent a guy an offer to trade Daniel Jones for Carson Wentz now. So
don't you guys have 2 QBs or what?
It's a super flex, so we can play 2 QBs, but we don't have to. But the guy who has Carson Wentz, it's his only QB, so he's fucked. So I just sent him an offer for Daniel Jones for Carson Wentz. We'll see if I can upgrade my backup quarterback.
I don't think that's an upgrade, man. Why are you giving players away?
Dude, man, you're so. I keep in mind, Vital, I won this.
Carson Wentz is made of paper mache. Do not pick him up. I think that guy will not make a season.
I think he is going to thrive in that Frank Reich offense for the next 5 to 6 years.
I don't think he makes it 2 to 3
Scorching hot
seasons.
take.
I don't. Right? Yeah, that's not a hot take. Come on, that's
Scorching hot take.
jeez. What I think
6
is
years?
5 to
Yeah.
6. 5 to 6. I said.
That's
I
a
think-
lot.
Thrive. When I say thrive, I mean he'll be the starter. Daniel Jones, I like his upside, but he also has looked like dog shit for he might get benched this year. So I'll take a starter over.
I don't think he
onside.
will get bitches here, and I think he has a better upside than Wentz right now.
I think his
No,
potential.
that I don't agree with.
It's toss up, man. You got to remember, Wentz he was playing at an MVP caliber.
Oh yeah, he
level.
was legit.
He was.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can do that again.
I don't know if he can do it again either. But Daniel Jones hasn't done it at all. So,
Yeah, but I feel as
that
long as
Colts
there's no one
team-
to get hurt, he's got a team, bro.
The Colts team, the Colts defense, all they need some receivers, but he can ball on that Colts team. He's built for success.
And they're
Also,
protected.
I think if Daniel Jones played for the Colts, I think any quarterback that played for the Colts
Would have
is
success.
in an opportunity to do well.
I
Sorry,
agree.
I keep shaking the thing. I keep kicking my desk.
Okay.
Yeah, the Colts are stacked right now.
Yeah,
They still have Ty, right?
Yeah, they have. Yep. And their line is built to protect.
Oh, dude.
So he may be made of paper, but it doesn't matter because nobody's.
I mean, it's the best offensive line in football.
It is. So any quarterback you put back there, I'll take him.
Right.
Daniel Jones, I'm not. I mean, I won't be disappointed if the trade doesn't go through, but I like the potential of Wentz for the next few years more, maybe than Daniel Jones. So
Fair enough. I see it's worth a gamble. I think it is worth a gamble.
it's worth a gamble.
Yeah.
It's not
If
neither
it's
of
your
them.
backup QB, yeah.
I have two other QBs. I have Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford also on that team. So my team's already it's front loaded with quarterback talent, but older quarterback talent. So I would definitely want to keep like one young quarterback in the wings. All right. So what else we got? Let's talk about prizes. Before we get to that, actually, injured reserve. So this is one of those. Another thing we're looking at this year is we're still having some COVID issues already, even now in like the preseason or training camp or whatever. So instead of last year, we had 3 injured reserve spots to kind of mitigate that COVID potential with a guy being out and like stacking up with a bunch of bye weeks. This year, we're doing 2 injured reserve spots. So not the full 3, because 3, like you could kind of really sit on players for a lot, like Micheal Thomas. You draft him, you're going to be able to put him on injured reserve for 6 weeks and still go pick up somebody else in free agency. So I wanted to give us one more spot, like as opposed to having 1 injured reserve, which is kind of typical, but not the full 3 from last year. So we do still have that coming. We're doing fractional points versus a tiebreaker system like that still. And what else? Let's talk about prizes. So our playoff structure is 6 teams make the playoffs. 8 teams will be in the bottom portion, the losers bracket of the playoffs. Now, this coming year, we're going to do something real fun to keep everybody more engaged. We talked about it last year. We are doing so for the losers bracket tournament, there's going to be 8 teams, right? The winners are going to advance up. The losers will advance down, but keep playing. So if you win in the losers bracket, you keep going up. Whoever finishes in first place in the losers bracket is going to get $25 in scratch tickets.
That might turn out valuable.
That could be the prize. That could be the prize of the show.
It could be. It could be $5,000. It could be $0.
Could you imagine winning the losers bracket winning $5,000?
It's amazing. Well, you know what though? But what that's going to do is people are going to still be grinding in the losers bracket super hard. Like the losers bracket might be more competitive than the winners bracket in terms of like just how hard people are gunning for it.
I can see that.
And then simultaneously, if you go down in the losers bracket, the loser of the losers bracket, of course, will have the last place penalty. Now, our last place penalty, quick recap from last year, Vital wrote a beautiful poem, which some of us contributed to for Sean to read at an open mic.
The real reason he's out of the league.
Yeah, I know. It's coincidental. I don't know. So this year's penalty is probably the greatest one we've had yet. It's going to be an interpretive dance to a Nico bowling set at an open mic. Now, for those of you watching who don't know who Nico Bowling is, he's one of the most. How would you guys describe Nico? Why? Let me hear from Nico. How would you explain Nico to the general public?
Nico is out there, fun, and seems dangerous, but he's a sweet guy.
If Mitch Hedberg did not do heroin but did crystal meth,
Yeah.
you would have Nico Bowling.
Right. I think his original nickname was Meth Hedberg. That was like,
Yeah.
that was what people called him in the beginning. Yeah. So Nico somebody has to do an interpretive dance alongside Nico at an open mic for a 5-minute set. That is our last place penalty, and it has to be spontaneous. I'd like to shout out to Connie Fernandez for helping me come up with that. I was like, I was riding to a show and I was like, what do you guys think about a last place penalty? First thing pops out of her mouth, interpretive dance. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. That's the one. So last place penalty, interpretive dance. We're of course going to do for the champions, first place is going to get the trophy again. But this year I'm going to wait to order it so we can get the name engraved on the trophy. That was a suggestion by Cam Bertrand from last year. Good idea. Trophy will arrive probably a few weeks after the championship. And this
If I win, I want a belt.
You can use your money for whatever you want, man. You can buy yourself a belt even if you lose. No one's gonna say anything.
Okay, now when
Seventh
I win,
place, yeah.
Mine's just gonna say participant.
A giant belt that says participant.
I walk in, I have it like on my shoulder. I got one of my friends to walk behind me, like as I walk into every mic, like above my head.
I love it. So yeah, that's what we're doing for this year. What else was I going to tell you about? First, the prizes. Oh, this is the big thing. So this year we're going to 18 weeks of the regular season, right? You guys remember that? Mm-hmm. Every team's playing 17 games. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the last 2 weeks as the championship round.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's going to be the first 2 weeks. Is it right? Is that the first 2 weeks of the playoffs are going to be single elimination, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
and then once
I really like that.
Yeah, this was
because how we do it in my other league, and I love it. It really clears shit up, dude.
Yeah. And I remember you talking about that last year. I was like, "Ooh, that's what we're going to use that."
It feels like halftime in the middle of the week, man. You're really going through it.
So, but we're going to have that for 4 different matchups. So there's really only going to be 4 teams eliminated by the end of the playoffs. In the losers bracket, there's going to be 4 teams, 2 teams. I don't know, whatever it is. 4. I don't know. How's that work? Math. So there's going to be 6 teams that are eliminated of the total 14, but there are going to be 8 teams still playing for something for those last 2 weeks. So you got first and second, right? They're going to be playing. Third and fourth are going to be playing for the third place money because there's prize money for third. Winner of the losers bracket, so the 7th and 8th spot, are going to be playing for those $25 in scratch tickets. And then 13th and 14th, they're going to be playing for who is going to not have to, dance with Nico. So it's going to be, which is really, to me, like structuring the playoffs this way, we're going to have 8 out of the 14 teams still involved for the last 2 weeks of the playoffs. So I think that's, it's one of the benefits of adding all those extra little elements to it. And then, of course, who knows? What can happen with $25 in scratch tickets. I mean, could
dream big, bro.
Yeah, right? I know. All right, what else we got? So, the importance of having a last place penalty. You guys saw it last year. Nobody quit. Nobody quit at the end of the season. That is, to me, the biggest thing. Now, have you guys thought or heard of any newer penalties that we didn't talk about last year? Any fun ones? Or can you think of anything?
No, probably just new twists on the old stuff. Just standing outside the corner in different outfits.
I do like the stand on the corner thing.
I remember one thing that we were going to do was like a TED Talk. Like you had to give a TED Talk at the end of an open mic.
Yeah, where you just keep going.
The crowd.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, just like on whatever, like, genocide in the Darfur. You have to really research it, though. It has to be like well thought out and planned.
Right.
We do that for our side bets on what's it called?
Podcast. What? Oh, for our DraftKings bet. Yeah, we could do that actually. That was one of the ideas. It's still on there. It's still in the mix for like maybe a future season. for the TED Talk, but for this year, I love the idea of the interpretive dance. I think it's it's going to be so much fun. What else we got? Oh, the other thing, nice thing about having obviously collusion prevention, but gives us the option of having a later trade deadline. So I set our trade deadline to, I think it's like after the last week of after week 13, we still have 2 more days to pull off a trade. So no trades once the playoffs start, but right up until then, because everybody's going to have something to play for, we can allow trades to happen later in the season, which I kind of like that. Couple scoring things which I changed for our league this year. We're going to get individual return touchdown points. So if Tyreek takes one back to the house, touchdown. You get an extra 6 points. It doesn't just count for the defense special teams. He gets the individual score. So guys who are returners as well as receivers or running backs or whoever, they get the points.
I don't expect that to come
that
up.
kind of, but only for touchdowns or for yards.
So we're doing.
I've literally only ever seen that happen one time, and it was me, and I had CJ Spiller. Like it just doesn't happen anymore. You don't see a lot of like starters running back kicks anymore.
I'm trying to see what its value is.
It's.
I mean, you should have it. It should be on there.
Yeah. So it gives guys like Cordero Patterson potentially a little more value if you need somebody. Remember, we got a deep league. He might be playing a significant amount of running back in Atlanta, and he's definitely going to be their return guy. So the yardage, I did add a little bonus, but it's only like 1 point for every 50 yards, which, it's not significant, but it's something. Like if somebody has a huge return game, like Tyreek could get 100 yards returning and not score a touchdown. He deserves a couple points for that, I feel like, especially because it's probably going to mean that he's off the field for a few plays as a receiver, just catching his wind or whatever. So I wanted to add that as an element, just to kind of like give these guys the credit for contributing to their team.
Agreed.
I did fix what was the other thing I fixed? -2 for fumbles. We didn't have that for some reason last year. That was another little one that I added in there. Oh, and then I added 1 point for every 10 rushing attempts.
All right.
I like the rushing attempts. Because it's a PPR league, so running backs are already undervalued a little bit in our league. And it kind of balances out that PPR element, gives the running backs a little more value potentially as a flex option, especially the guys who carry the ball a lot.
That's what I'm saying. If you're a workhorse, yeah, you're definitely.
If you're a workhorse, you're going to be
at least. I don't know, maybe at least 2 points, 3.
You should get an extra 2 points out of like a Derrick Henry or somebody like that. The guys who just run it, but they don't catch a ton of passes.
Even that seems undervalued for what that is.
It kind of is, but we also have 2 running back positions in a 14-team league. So that in and of itself means the running backs have to be valued, even if they're not scoring as many points as the receivers. Like their value is still really high because you have to play 2 running backs.
There's not enough of them.
There's not enough of them. There's not enough of everyone. That's the fun of that's the challenge of the draft. I know that's what makes it fun, dude.
14, bro.
You can't get an all-star team. You gotta go to work. You gotta put in the time. We got a tough league this year too, man. Everybody's really engaged. The guys we added in are like super pumped fantasy nerds, man. Casey Peruski, you remember we had him on. Terzo, we had these guys were on a podcast last year. Chris Braun's 20 years in fantasy. He works for the Dolphins. Like he's going to know shit that we don't have any information about, like before it even happens. He's got insider
trading, man. That's bullshit.
Right. He's going to have that shit. Yeah. And then who else did we add? Brian G. He's a hardcore fantasy guy, fantasy nerd. And then we added one other new player. Who was it? I feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Where's the list? Chief return. I don't know. That might have been it. That might have been everybody we knew we added. But yeah, we added some players, some ballers. So it's going to be a challenging year. What else we got? Some of the new penalties that I looked up. Body waxing, good one. You have to get some part of your body waxed. Just the pain involved, I feel like, would probably be.
Is this for us? This is for the side bet?
Or no. I mean, we can talk about it. We haven't decided ours yet, so I think we can discuss that.
I would get body wax. Like, I would love for that to be the thing. But again, you guys have to do it to me. Like, you guys have to do the body waxing.
Nick, this is your turn because I tattooed him last.
I feel like the loser would have to be the body waxer because I feel like that's the worst end of it. Like, I'd rather get waxed than
getting waxed is way worse than waxing someone else.
Yeah, depends on who you're waxing.
I don't know about that. I don't know
about that at all, man.
Necessarily true.
I think I would rather get waxed than have to wax either of your ass cracks. Like, that does not sound like
no. That's my chat.
I would much rather wax you.
And if you're gonna do my ass crack, you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna get this full done. I'm going full.
Listen, this sounds perfect because I'd much rather be doing the waxing. So this is perfect for you two.
All right, here's the thing though. But are we all equally hairy though? I'm
definitely the hairiest. I can guarantee.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I'm smooth like a seal, bro.
See, that's not fair. We can't have waxing as a penalty if one of us, if like you're much hairier than the rest of us.
No, Vital's smooth because he waxes.
Oh,
obviously.
If you already wax, you're immune to waxing then. Like, I know how that works, dude. Your nerves are already dead. Like,
Yep.
No, we can't have that then. Because I'd be terrified. Vital's like, I don't care. Like, it'd be like winning, and you get to, like, the winner would get us waxing them. Like that.
I know, you're just saving me $30, guys.
Yeah. See, this is why it's not a good penalty for us. It's a good idea in theory, but you got to have equally hairy people who are equally scared of waxing in order for that to work. This is a dumb one, but I read about laundry. Like, you could have laundry as being the penalty. That's only if you're if it's like your family that you're playing with, or like roommates or something like that. As a
that literally sounds like hell. It's not even fun.
What, doing laundry?
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, that's the whole point. It's a penalty. It sounds terrible. but that's got to be like if you're really close. What else did I find out? There were a couple good ones. Dude, open mic comedy was actually on one of the lists that I looked up. Like,
yeah, but if you're not a comic, that's got to be like a nightmare.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare for everybody who's in ours too. The custom license plate I like. I think we talked about that last year. That one's fun. Tattoo henna. So we got to figure out what we're going to do for sure for ours. I mean, I'm okay with keeping the henna tattoo, but we can talk about other options too. Karaoke. That one's, somebody picks your own karaoke song. I don't know. But yeah, bottom line is you got to have a penalty. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. No penalty. Your league is for pussies. Like, that's it.
They aren't the same, man.
Yeah, you can't. There's so many things that can go wrong. You got to have a league penalty. What else are we going to talk about before we get off here? Is there anything else you guys can think of before? I think any other league setup stuff that we need to talk about or should advise on? I think generally just weed out. You got to have an even number. It's the basics. If you don't have an even number, you're screwed. And just try to weed out the people who aren't playing at the same level that you're playing. Like, that's been the first couple of years for our league. It's like people have either stepped up and gotten better, or they dropped out of the league. And that's what you want. You want a strong league top to bottom of real tough players who are going to be engaged. And you want to build rivalries, You know
what's crazy? I was about to say the opposite. I was like, make sure you're having fun with who you're playing with, guys. Well, this motherfucker is like, make sure everyone's a cutthroat killer in your league.
Dude, that's what makes our league so fun, though. Like, I'd rather play against the best. I don't want a bunch of cream puffs. I'm not trying to just steal people's money. I want a real bragging rights when I finally win this league. It's gonna be legit.
I don't think that'll ever happen, bro.
Oh, you don't think it'll ever happen, bro? Oh,
that hurt you.
Oh, okay, all right. Which one of us has ever won of the three of us?
I mean, I've come the closest.
Thank you for answering for all of us.
I've won the loser bracket, so I know how to win a bracket. So let's talk about that.
You won the loser bracket.
Put me in there.
I won the losers bracket the first year, so just as bad. Just as bad. Lonnie, what, you took second last year?
Second.
Second. That's the closest anybody's
The
got.
Heat just signed Kyle Lowry, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw
Hey.
that, dude. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, but is
What do
it
you mean
enough
you
to
don't
win?
know? What are you talking about?
Well, it's not enough to do anything.
It's not enough, bro, but it's good. It's a good
Yeah,
start.
it's great. It's great. It really is great.
We also are going to go after DeMar DeRozan, too. So
Ooh, we put those guys
Reunion
back
in
together
South Beach.
again. A little reunion in Miami.
Reunion in South Beach, Jimmy Butler, DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson.
It's a scary sounding team.
That's too fantasy.
I wouldn't want to play him. That sounds
That's
tough.
a team, bro. That's a
like
nice team. You got to get a 7-footer in there, but I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We need some size.
Yeah. Bam's not big enough. I feel like Bam's
No.
big.
Well, Bam's
Bam's a
more
four.
offense. We need someone to be shutting down Giannis on defense. Wear him
Yeah,
down.
you need a solid defender.
You need a 5.
Yep. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Any other news stuff we need to cover? I feel like we're pretty good on this. Ready to get things
I've got
going.
some insider information that I've done through my own research, but I'm not sharing it with you guys. Cannot wait for
my
draft
God.
day.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Is there research saying the Cowboys are gonna win
Let's
again?
just say his name rhymes with Jim Heblo. Number 1 overall tight end.
Yeah. I think
20
you should-
touchdowns. I'm calling it now.
I think you should go that route. I like it.
He actually does look pretty good in camp. I don't know if you guys saw him.
Is that
Yeah,
what you're going?
I
Yeah, I
did.
saw that too. He looks jacked, bro.
Oh, he's always been jacked, but
No, but he looks huge now.
yeah, he's big as fuck.
He does look enormous. He might be
He's
a service-
always been big like that though. But like now that he's actually because remember when he was a quarterback, you can't be too big in quarterback. When your biceps are too big, it fucks with your throwing motion.
throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to tell him to stop. But now that he's like just working out for a non QB position, he can like go. So he's huge, and he's not young. He's like 34.
He might truck some dudes, bro.
He's strong as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
He is a big dude.
Oh no, he's gonna be a great blocker. He's you know that, and
If he makes the team, there's no guarantee he'll make the team, but
yeah,
What other tight ends are there on the team?
don't they have that? I think they have a good tight end.
do they Shaughnessy? Is it Shaughnessy or something like
Who
that?
knows? Maybe he will. Who knows?
I wouldn't be
I think
surprised.
he's on the team.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't make the team. Yeah. I mean, if he's still fast, that's the thing. If he's still got like a moderate amount of
He
speed,
doesn't even need to be fast as long as he can play or pass route and then hit.
yeah. If he's faster than Jason Witten, I think he makes the team. That's what I'm
Everyone.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, can he run faster than Jason Witten still? Can he run as fast? If you can run as fast as Gronk, I say you keep him on your team. You know, just because he's a football player. He understands the game. All right. Well, this has been great. We will catch back. I think we're going to come back in like 2 weeks, and then we'll talk team strategy. We're going to talk about, how you're going to construct your team. We'll start talking about.
When is our draft?
We haven't set the draft date yet. I want to do it after. It's a good question. I want to do it after the last preseason game.
The last preseason game. Okay, good.
After the last. So I think it's got to be between August 29th is the last preseason game, I want to say.
And then I think September 6th is the first, something like
Is it
that.
the 6th? I thought it was the 9th. I think
Is it the 9th? It's usually, I know it's usually.
I think it's the 9th. I think we got a couple weeks to play with, but it's always Memorial Weekend too that falls in there. So that's another thing.
Yeah, it is the 9th. The 9th is that Thursday.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to have about 10 days with which to play with. So as soon as we get everybody officially in and out, well, now we got the draft order set. Once everybody claims their teams, then we'll start talking about draft dates.
Does each team have 2 bye weeks now? Is that how this is going to work?
What are you talking about? No.
Remember this. It's not 2 bye weeks.
Yeah, because you said you
that's
wanted
how it
us
used to
to
be.
each-
It used to be 18 weeks, but with 2 bye weeks.
No.
Well, I think that's the playoffs are expanded.
You guys are talking about two different things. So one of you guys is talking about fantasy. The other one's talking about the actual.
No, I'm talking about the NFL. I'm talking about the NFL teams have 2 bye weeks?
No, they only have one. They want to. They want to, but they don't get to.
Because that's how it used to be in the early 90s when there was 18 weeks. They used to have 2 bye weeks.
Is this one of those things where you're like,
No,
I remember back in
100%
1865.
This one I'm 100% sure of. I know for a fact there used to be 2 bye weeks.
But what was the thing you said last year? Like
There was
1970 to
19
1976.
That was a bunch of bullshit.
It was like 8 preseason games or 6.
Yeah, it was
I remember. They used to play like
6 preseason games. Yeah, they have.
This is for sure that there did used to be 2 bye weeks. I remember I was a Cowboys fan. I remember.
Okay. No, they did. They did cut back though. They are only doing three preseason.
Lonnie, tell me where the
They're only
Cowboys
doing three?
is here.
3 preseason games. Yeah. So
Okay.
that was the concession, I think, with the extra week of regular season game is one less.
I mean, they
preseason
should do
game.
2. Honestly, they don't need 3.
They'll get there. They'll get there.
They should do 1. I mean, they don't.
Nah, because then you just see so much sloppy play. It's already tough enough. Like 2 preseason games, but an
I
extra.
think 2's on the money. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. They don't make a lot of money off preseason anyway. Those ratings are like minimal. But yeah, I think.
No, but they want to prepare guys' bodies is what it's really for.
Yeah. And they want to. And they're also, remember, they're still evaluating their talent. The guys who are on the roster bubble. It's not just about the starters. It's more
of course
about.
not. No, it's more for that.
Yeah, it's more for who's going to make the team, who's going to make the cut.
No, I agree. I love preseason for that part of it.
It's really important.
4 weeks is a lot, man. Doing that for a month when they can do it in 2 weeks.
No, they can do it. Yeah, 3 is what they got right now, and I think it's fine. So, but anyway, yeah. So we're going to talk about scheduling our draft pretty soon. It's going to be tough, man. Our schedules are such a mess between all of us. So, picking a time and day that's going to work for everybody, it's going to be really a challenge. But we'll get there. We'll do it. All right, this has been great. You guys got any shows you want to plug before we get going?
I'm out of here in 20 minutes. I'm at Selena Gold Dust tonight, 8 o'clock. I'm at West Palm Beach. I'm at the Butcher Shop on the 12th.
Nice. I just did that.
I'm at Fun Dimension on Friday. I'm at somewhere else too. Fucking the 11th. I'm at somewhere else. Well, I'm booked. Booked, baby. Call me Harry Potter.
Get it. What about you, Vital? What you got?
Dang, I'm not ready like Lonnie, but
No, you're at Villain on Friday. I know you're at Villain on Friday.
Yeah, I'm a Villain on Friday. Where else do I got? Listen, just go to my Instagram, Vital Who. I'll post them.
There you go.
I'm very busy this month, though.
Super busy. So busy you don't even know where he's going to be. That's how busy Vital is.
Too many dates.
I'm actually headlining a show in Atlanta next Thursday.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's gonna be my 3rd time going up to Atlanta to perform. Last time I featured, he loved me, so I'm headlining a little show up there. Other good stuff coming up after that. Yeah, I got Blue Jean Blues this month and everything. But at the end of the month, Gold Coast Comedy Tour, we are going to be at Villain Theater also. So I'll plug that one again. But
oh, nice! You got a show there.
Yeah, this is actually our second one. The first one we did one 6 months ago. And so this is our 2nd time going back to Villain.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's like a Friday 8:30 slot. It's right after our kickoff special. So we're going to do a couple more of these podcasts, probably do another one in a couple weeks. We'll figure it out. And then we'll do a pre-draft, I think, like right before, get you guys ready for your drafts. And then we'll do a kickoff special before we get back into our regular Monday nights. So got a couple more of these coming up. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks again. Have a great. Oh, and for anybody watching, listening, you can watch us on YouTube, our YouTube channel, fantaCTE. Tell your friends, but only your friends who you want to, have bad fantasy football advice. So spread the word. Also, you can listen to us on anywhere you can find podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and a whole bunch of other ones. So tell people, share.
Lonnie, are you combing your head?
Lonnie is.
Yeah, I'm just being cool.
Sweet, bald, beautiful.
Just making sure it looks good.
You look freshly. What's the word?
Shorn.
Shorn. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. You look freshly shorn. All right. Hey, you guys have fun tonight. Enjoy your shows, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good one, guys. See you soon.
All right.